Hi again, hand readers. Jennifer here, continuing in my series presenting some of my understanding of the minor earth line, which is otherwise known, of course, as the Saturn line, the career line, the destiny line, and the fate line. And as with all of hand reading, interpreting this line, or these lines in a set of hands, depends so much on every other feature of the hands, and there are infinite variables. But in this presentation, I will do my best to share with you some of my very basic understandings with the focus today on branches and forks. In this first image, I'm presenting an example of a branch that flows into the minor earth line from the moon mount. The moon mount is, of course, the protuberance of flesh on the side of the hand, and it holds the capacity of everything to do with water. And one of the strongest principles of water is cohesion. Water always seeks to connect with other water. That is a natural behavior of the water element. And then we map that metaphor over onto anybody who has this water source in terms of their career directive. And we could easily imagine why it is that people with this particular feature would probably work in a service capacity, in a team in some way. They might be in partnership with someone who has a very positive influence for them. They are influencers in some way. There is a likelihood of their being in the public eye even. In fact, this particular person is a community social worker who is very committed to her career. And just to add in that traditionally this feature could also aspect that the person works in an overseas country. That's one of the old palmistry meanings for branches that enter the career line from the moon mount. Here's another example of a branch that joins up with the minor earth line and strengthens it. And this branch is also known in traditional palmistry as a line of influence or a line of association, and it shows successful partnership. It shows receptivity to being helped and to being supported, and it can show assistance from somebody entering this person's life that assists them in a positive way. Now, here's an example, quite interesting, of a branch that actually breaks through the minor earth line and weakens it. Now, this is not a positive marker. This shows the person's ambitions are thwarted in some way. They might be deflected from their intended goals. Any potential partnership is very poorly aspected. I did advise this client to not go into partnership with somebody who'd proposed partnership. And as it turned out for them, they were very grateful for my advice, because they subsequently find out that this other person who was supposedly going to help them actually lacked integrity. If you do have a branch that breaks through and cuts your minor earth line, then it could indicate that your ambitions will be interfered with or compromised in some way. Now, going back to the first image, here we notice at the very base of the hand there's a little fork. Forks always show versatility. So this is at the beginning of the line, and it could show that when this lady was younger, there might have been several options that were open to her in terms of her career. The bigger the fork and the clearer and stronger the lines, the more the opportunity in early life for the person to do several different things. There might have been early life receptivity to somebody entering the life who participates and helps and supports them, perhaps inspires them towards accomplishing a mutual goal. Here's another image of a similar look, a fork at the base of the minor earth line. Here we have also a period of productive activity from at a young age. In other words, the person's work ethic began at a young age, and the career goes on hopefully to become gratifying, especially if the line extends all the way up to the middle finger. On very rare occasions, you might find a very clear fork appearing at the end of the minor earth line underneath the middle finger, the earth finger, Saturn finger. And interestingly, this fork has two very diverse meanings. The one says the person will be exposed to litigation that might be acrimonious, but that there will be a successful outcome. And then another meaning refers to financial success. So these concepts are very palmistic, very traditional, and it's really at the discretion of the hand reader to see how they might interpret the meanings for forks that appear at the end of the minor earth line. And also to add in before I close, that some readers refer to branches that veer off from the minor earth line towards either the ring or the baby finger. Now, in the 5-element system, any line that flows to either the fire finger, which is the sun finger, the Apollo finger, or the Mercury finger, which in our 5-element system is the air finger, are not considered to be part of the minor earth line. They will be ascribed rulership of a different element, respectively fire and air, and will have a completely different meaning. But nevertheless, one could certainly bring in the interpretation. So if a branch does seem to veer towards the sun finger, the Apollo finger, it would perhaps bring the person into more spotlight, and towards the Mercury finger could add business acumen, communicative skills, sales skills, and other possibilities as well. But really, in our 5-element system, we would really interpret those extra lines as more to do with what we call the minor fire line, which is the one that runs towards the ring finger, and the minor air line, which runs towards the baby finger. If you'd like a reading with me, or if you'd like to study with me, I do teach wonderful courses. Please contact me. My information's at the end of the video. If you enjoyed the content of this video, please give me a like. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Bye for now.